Company. I'm the brewer here at Block Brewing Company. We have two locations, one in Howell and one in Brighton. I've been a brewer here for 3 years. I got started in the brewing industry by taking classes at Schoolcraft College in Livonia. I wanted to start my own brewery and decided I would like to learn more about brewing and all aspects of it. And in the course of taking those classes, I ended up taking the job here at Block Brewing and brewing other beers here. We have close to 30 different beers throughout the year that we have. Typically we have about 20 to 24 beers on tap at all times throughout the different seasons. Beer is a fermented beverage that is made from barley, water, hops, and yeast. 4 ingredients make up this great beverage. That's one of the most consumed alcoholic beverages in the world. It's thousands of years old. They found it by accident, but now here in the United States, it's a great craft beer culture that we've started. We just love our craft beer here. We had over 5,000 breweries back before Prohibition, and shortly after that, after Prohibition, we went down to like 70, and now we're back up to, I think we just reached 7,000 breweries in the United States. So first step in making beer is we need water and barley or grains. First we do is take the grains and water, mix them together to create a mash, which is a certain temperature in our mash tun. There in the mash tun, it will sit for an hour, called a mash rest, and that's where the enzymes will convert starches to sugars. And sugars is what brewers want. We want the sugar water, which we also call wort. So during the mashing process, we check the pH of the mash, and we're looking for a mash pH of between 5.2 and 5.6. This is a suitable environment for the enzymes to convert the starches to sugars. They kind of like that range. They seem to work better in that range of 5.2 to 5.6. Also, we start our water. We start off. We check our water pH. We start off with a pH of about 4, and that mixed with the mash will get us to that 5.2 to 5.6 range. After we get the sweet wort, is we transfer the sweet wort or sugar water to the boil kettle. As we're transferring over to the boil kettle, we rinse the grains, which rinses more sugars, and we try to get as many of the sugars we can out of the grain and put it into the boil kettle, where we will boil it. There we boil it for anywhere from 60 minutes to 90 minutes. There it will sterilize the wort, it will condense it, and also drive off unwanted compounds that will give off flavors to the beer. Also during the boils where we add hops. Hops are used for bittering. They're also used for flavor and aroma. Beer today was just bittering hops. After we're done boiling, we take the beer and we cool it down quickly through a heat exchanger. That goes in, then we pump it through the heat exchanger into the fermenter. During that time, we add oxygen, which helps the yeast multiply. As we're going into the fermenter, we pitch our yeast on top of the wort, as it's called. As brewers make wort, yeast make beer. So pitch the yeast, we close up the fermenter, and in about 24 hours, those yeast will start consuming the sugars, and a byproduct of them consuming the sugars is ethanol and carbon dioxide. Later, as it starts fermenting, you'll see a bubbling. That is the carbon dioxide being released by the fermentation process of the yeast. So after we're done with the mashing process, and after all the work is over to the boil kettle, we have a lot of spent grain that's left over. So we get the spent grain out of the mash tun, put it in drums, and then we have a farmer come and he picks it up and takes it and feeds it to his pigs or his cows. So after the beer has been fermented, usually about 2 weeks, usually it's done being fermented, we will crash it or cool it down really cold. We'll transfer it to a bright tank where we will carbonate it and let it clarify a little bit and get a little clear. From there, we will transfer it to kegs, kegs, it goes to the beer cooler, and from the kegs in the beer cooler, it goes to the taps where we pour our delicious beer.